Okay, first ride up in the mountains up AF Canyon. Water's running deep. I think we're gonna have to be a little bit cautious today. There's enough people up here, I'd hate to meet someone going too fast around the corner. That would suck hard. That's new. Oh, are they all together? Definitely the most water I've seen in here in a while. did mention this had mud in it. Mud Springs. Compared to the 350 is where I was trying to go there. Definitely the 350's power, you know, being more linear, none of the on-off stuff, just always just kind of on, is pretty nice. I think I might actually prefer that, but I'm not. I don't know. It's always situational. Like there are scenarios where one power style is going to outperform the other. Right now, I'm still just getting used to the bike and getting used to the suspension. Trying to get it broke in. My first ride, I was on the stock springs. Now I'm on the springs that are proper for my weight, and things are much stiffer than they were. I can tell that this is going to dust out everybody behind me. It's very dry. Okay. Alright. So something that I've been chewing on here, you know, is my thoughts about the 350 versus the 300. One thing that I didn't keep in mind is that 300s really need a high compression head up here at our altitude. Now that being said, I do think this new bike does better, feels stronger than any of my previous bikes prior to getting high compression heads. So that's something I need to do before I really make a final call as far as 350 versus 300, which of the two is more preferable and stronger and just the better overall ride for this kind of thing. I do believe that, I do believe that this will do tremendously better. Yep, I don't think I've ever gone up this trail before. Neutral. I don't know, maybe I have, and I'm just having brain farts. But I don't think so. Yeah, previous 300s though, once they got the head on, could pull stuff like that in third gear, no problem. This would be dying trying to get up that in third gear. My 350, I don't think would have had too hard of a time. I think it would have been fine. But I also had it geared down pretty low. Of course, I did regear this a little bit. Stock it is 1448, and now I'm 1450. On the 350, it was 1447, and I dropped that to 1347. And that's pretty much like one more tooth on the rear. So if I'd have done a 51 tooth on the back of this instead of a 50, that'd have been about the same. But now that felt interesting. I wonder if I'm in second or third there. I bet that's second. Nope, that was third. Nice. That did good. So back to my, just more discussion, I guess, more thoughts on the head. Technically, I'm not going to do the head first. I'm going to buy this device that's sold by both Pennant Racing and Two Stroke Performance. It's a new cover that goes over the power valve. One more. And it's supposed to increase the volume of the expansion chamber and just kind of act like a bigger expansion chamber right there at the exhaust port to give you a little more bottom to mid right off idle, which is exactly where I want. But then, once the power valve opens, that port closes off, so you don't lose any top end, like you would with the head. So, it's very possible that it's going to provide the best of both worlds. And that is my hope. That's a tight turn. Man, years ago, 12, 13 years ago when I first moved out here, well, moved back here from Boise, I remember doing that turn and just thinking, holy crap, that is the hardest thing ever, and I would have to get off my bike, multi-point turn. Now it's not a big deal, but looks like we're catching up on folks. I'm getting some dust. Yeah, we're gonna stop. That's a lot of dust.